Alright, what's up guys? It's King here and I'm back with another JP video, Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, or whatever you want to call it. I know. But I originally wasn't going to do commentary for this video. It's just a run with Jack Garland. I actually pulled him and then I stopped playing the game, so now I'm trying to get the most use out of him that I could get. But yeah, this I already posted a video of this fight, so I'm not gonna go too much into details about the fight. But one thing I noticed, the HP gates on this fight, unlike the Shiva Spiritus, the boss has to do their off-turn attack, which means, and they won't do it in summon a burst phase. So if you're in summon a burst phase, you can't go past those HP thresholds until it ends. So that's something you gotta watch out for, because that's a lot of damage you can use if you're not paying attention. Think for this fight, the HP gates are 70, 50, and 30, so it won't drop below that, and it won't happen in burst phase or summon phase. So you gotta be careful of that. Another thing I noticed in JP, I saw videos where people were wanting the Chocobo summon, and I was like, why are people doing the Chocobo summon? But now I realize it is used to counter how fast the enemy gauge charges, because right now at JP, as you can see in this fight, their gauge is charging faster than mine. So I used the combination of the burst phase and the Chocobo summon just to get that gauge to charge a little faster. Also, what you can do is off turn damage, knocks up the gauge a little bit. So characters like Reks, some off turn characters. Another thing that I used in a different fight that I didn't post is Ace's LD call, because it gives the 4-turn trap debuff. Now it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it actually helps with the Chocobo gauge charging faster, so you'll be able to get your force time off before the boss's force time. If you don't, other than that, you're forced to use the characters that can stop their force gauge, which Reks can for this fight, and I think it's another character. I forgot who it was though. But I wanted to use Jack Garland's force to start off, and I still would have been able to do it because of the force echo, been able to stop their force time, but that's like 2 turns of damage loss, because they recover, I believe, 80% of the damage each turn. How much damage they take, they automatically heal up for 80% of that once they're in force time. So just to prevent that, I used the Chocobo and the burst phase just to kind of outpace them. And for this fight, I only brought Arid just to charge the gauge afterwards. That's pretty much what I've been using Arid as a 3-turn would be nice. I had a 3-turn Arid, but she disappeared. Well, they friended me, so now it's a 5-turn Arid, so I gotta play it a little differently to get her instant turn race to charge the force gauge. That's really all I use her for. But that's really all I wanted to talk about with this fight. I wanted to give y'all a little few pointers about what's going on in JP. The fights are a lot better in JP, I gotta say. I see a lot of people complaining about the fights in Gold Bull, the Shinryu era, which I can understand. I started playing JP again because the game died. I wanted to be at the furthest most point in the game, and actually I'm happy I did, because these fights are a lot better. The bosses have a lot more mechanics. They're not just HP sponges. You can bring force echoes, allows you to bring different characters. Some characters that you might think are outdated are still being used. Black Narrow had a run on this fight with Machina. He's still going strong. As you can see, Jack Garland is still going strong. So there's still characters you can use. My first fight I had Beatrix. I used Beatrix for this, and she's not a recent character. She's still being used. So I kind of like where JP is at the moment. But the thing I say about some of the global fights, if you use the same 3 characters for every fight, the game is going to get boring. I've seen a lot of people say that it forces you to use these characters, but they use the same 3 characters for every fight, and that's not a knock on anybody. I just think if you can switch it up a little bit, use some different characters. That's just my opinion about it. I was actually having fun with the Shinryu area, using different characters, but seeing a lot of the feedback made me just honestly just stop playing it and go back to JP. But other than that, that's pretty much all I had to say about this fight. Just some pointers with the chocobo summon, with the off-turn triggers that help with the chocobo summon, with the burst phase. And as you can see, my Reks is still 0 out of 3. I may green them. I'll see how things go, how my resources look after I green Rim, because Rim is a favorite and I'm definitely going for her burst, full kit, everything. But other than that, this is your boy King. I'll let y'all watch the rest of the video. And y'all have a good one.